Hi guys, in this video today I'm going to be teaching my cousin Matt how to clean the engine bay on his Ford Focus. Now we're not actually going to be using loads of different tools. In fact, all I've really got here is some all-purpose cleaner, a few brushes, a few cloths, but one other little thing as well, which I'm going to show you in a moment's time. But before we do that, Matt, tell us a little bit about this engine bay, because I don't think anybody has ever cleaned it.
I don't think they have too. It's 25 years old this year. It's absolutely filthy. I'm hoping we can restore some of this original yellow paint and get it looking a bit better.
Dirt-wise, this had oil from a previous leak, and the rest of it was just a result of not being cleaned in 24 years. So I've got to be careful with the fuse box. Unfortunately, there's no way of really covering up that alternator because it's right down there, which you can barely see on camera. Just got to be a little bit careful with the battery as well. But in my own experience, I've never had a scenario where it's ever gone wrong, even when I've jet washed an engine bay. There's a lot of people who say don't do it, but there's never actually been a circumstance where I've actually seen somebody damage an engine bay from using a pressure washer. However, we're not using a pressure washer today because the weather is ghastly outside, so instead this gave me an opportunity to try out my new steam cleaner. The first task was to spray an APC on the underside of the bonnet. The reason why I'm using this is because it's always been a go-to favourite of mine. Whenever I've cleaned engine bays, it's either use a citrus pre-wash or use an all-purpose cleaner. This is my first time using the Aquarius Pro, and I was hopeful this new commercial steamer would do a better job than my previous domestic Karcher. Let me just get a rag. That is slightly incredible. Matt, look at that.
Wow.
We're going to have a brand new engine bay.
Look at that, that's incredible. What a machine, that's immense.
It's not just the steam, it's the steam, the pressure, and the chemical working harmoniously together. Look at that.
That looks fantastic.
Let me work on this panel a sec. This steam cleaner is immense. It's pretty powerful. I will just state that using a steam cleaner isn't essential. Will it assist and make life easier? Yes, but bear in mind there are so many alternative ways of cleaning engine bays. And thankfully you're in the right place because we have many other videos which I will list in the description below. A few moments later you could see the vast difference between each side of the bonnet. After that, the next job was to clean around the gutters using the same method of a little soaked APC and then some steam. So there you go, just give it a quick wipe. Mate, look at the difference on that.
It looks incredible, doesn't it?
There are some areas where you won't be able to put the steamer right down into the crevices, so in this case a medium stiffness brush will be plenty good enough. But do make sure that you have a good variety of brushes. The one here I'm using has long bristles. There is always going to be risks with engine bay cleaning, and you can stick a microfiber cloth in the fuse box if you want to reduce the chances of steam getting in. And there is another risk of using steam, which we will now demonstrate. I want you to ruin this engine bay just to show people what's going to happen if you use the steamer too much, if you overuse it in the wrong way. Just hold it over it.
Are we going to get this back?
The answer to that question is yes, and I will show you later in the video, but now let's see what happened to the plastic. What you are seeing here is evidence where the steam cleaner has been in close contact with the plastic, and if you're doing this for a business, clients would definitely notice these marks. If you're doing somebody else's car and you think it's just okay to run a steam cleaner over plastics like that, when quite frankly there's no need to use a steam cleaner on this flat surface like this. For those little crevicey areas, I understand that, and it's okay with metal, but with this plastic it's just a big no-no. I can understand why you'd use it down here, but anything else, sometimes you are just better off with a bit of spray and an old rag. So keep a good distance from the plastic if you want to avoid disappointment. The trick is to be quick, and the same goes for rubber as well. So what you will find is the rubber may not turn pale as quickly, but prolonged exposure will damage it long term.
Already, look at that. Because that was what, a massive seconds, and it's already come up that well. Right, well, let's get the rest done. It's actually really good because it gets right into the crevices behind the wiring looms and stuff as opposed to a usual cloth.
Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do that with a cloth.
No.
No way. One thing I will say, if you care about your car, and I know we really don't on this occasion with this Focus, but you've got to be very careful because of the hoses here. going onto the paintwork, put a large towel down there. And you are going to need a large one because this will literally drag all the way to the floor. So you've got to be careful. If it picks up any grit, it really could damage that paint. So it's just another top tip. We continued with the same method till eventually we finished the first half. With our obligatory thumbnails sorted, we could then move on to the second part of the clean. So whilst we're working on the next section of the engine bay, I thought I'd quickly debunk some myths about steam cleaning. Myth number 1, steam cleaning requires a lot of water. This is false. In fact, using a steamer is one of the most economical ways of tidying up the bay, as realistically you only need around 1 litre of water, whereas with a pressure washer it could require up to 4 times the amount. Myth 2, steam cleaning can damage paint. The reality is using a steamer is gentle on car paint and it won't damage it if it's done correctly. It's often used to safely clean an exterior surface without scratching or using harsh chemicals, and coming soon on the channel I will be attempting to carry out an exterior clean using the Aquarius Pro. Myth number 3, steam cleaning can cause rust in the engine bay. The fact of the matter is steam uses minimal water and it evaporates so quickly that odds of the risk of rust formation is ridiculously low. So I wouldn't stress about it too much.
Look at this! What do you think? Seriously, it looks really, really good. I think we're pretty much there now. It just looks amazing compared to how it was. You can see the shock towers now. The bottom looks brilliant. Well, I've got some lovely tips and tricks as well, which helped me through it. I haven't got a cloth down, so I do apologise. But the rest of it, really helpful, really, really good. So yeah, smash that. I'm well chuffed.
So now we've done the heavy bulk of the cleaning, we need to go back to the plastics, especially the ones that may have been faded from those close contacts. Now and then I like to use a product called Plastic Coat as it's one of my favourites. You simply put a small amount onto an applicator pad and then apply, and that's it, there's no wiping away afterwards. Yeah, that engine bay is looking amazing. Now, if you're somebody who's new to the world of car cleaning and perhaps you want to figure out how to clean your glass without any streaks, or better still, how to clean an interior of your car, then I urgently recommend you go check out these 2 videos right here.